Alright, so today we're going to try getting the Old Man Emu lift set up. Unfortunately, my neighbor is currently working in his shop, so we're going to hear some table sawing going on over there, but I'm not sure how much we're actually going to get done today. This is probably going to be a multi-day affair. I have never actually installed a suspension lift of any kind, let alone one as comprehensive as this, so we're going to kind of play it by ear. Also, another thing we're trying new today is I'm actually using a real camera for recording instead of just my phone camera, so hopefully the quality is better. We'll see how it goes. Alright, so we're going to start on the driver's side first, mostly because it's the one that's facing the outside of my carport, which gives me the most room to access and also has the best lighting for me to actually see what's going on. I'd like to kind of learn how it's working on the side with light rather than the dark side of it, but we'll see how it goes, and hopefully I get it figured out. Unfortunately, there is quite a bit of surface rust on the Land Cruiser, so I'm hoping that doesn't stop me up. Also, the jack stands that I have, you can see them here, are not as tall as I was hoping, so hopefully they'll actually work to hold the Land Cruiser up after I get it jacked up. Admittedly, there's not a lot of tire clearance. You can see pretty well here how close we are to the top of the wheel well with these 33-inch tires on it. So that's something we're hoping to fix with the lift kit. But yeah, so hopefully, because of how close we are to the wheel well, that means that I'm not going to have to jack it up too much higher than what we actually have it at currently in order to get the tire off the ground. So we'll see how this goes. Alright, so looks like we have enough room to actually get the vehicle in. I'm gonna set the jack stand up so I can lower it properly. And then I'm going to take my wheel off. So, I don't know how familiar you guys are with the Milwaukee impact wrenches, but they are quite handy, I'll put it that way. So alright, that one's stuck on, so let's see if we can force it. Well, it's stuck on the lug nut. Let's see if I can't get it to get the lug nut off. Come on now. Oh boy. Now it may come as no surprise to most of you that I am a fairly novice mechanic, so I can't say I'm surprised that this happened, but for whatever reason my wrench is not wanting to remove itself. So that is a conundrum. Well, I I think I might have to WD-40 that guy out, but at least I got all of them loose before that happened. I'm not going to be using the impact wrench to tighten them, so we should be set. Lug nuts are pretty rusty. I have some replacements coming, but they have not yet arrived, so hopefully those get here before I'm ready to put the new ones on. Surprisingly, the lug studs are actually fairly clear. Alright. So let's take a look at what we got. So I'm gonna move the camera real quick so you guys can see a little bit better. So even with basically no load in the back right now, you can tell that the leaf springs here are worn out. I kind of think that this isn't the original stock suspension because those look very similar, and the shocks look very similar to the OME shocks that I've got. But you can see the leaf spring, even jacked up in the air, is completely flat. So, and in fact, it's even leaning a little bit towards the inverted side. So that definitely needs to be worked on. Also, you can see there's a lot of surface rust on the frame. Luckily, there's no rot that I've been able to see, but a lot of body rust like this. So I have a lot of work ahead of me on that. All right, now that it's back up on the axle pushes and see if we can't get enough clearance to get the jack stand up one more click. Alright, so my plan right now is to try and get the jack stand to hold the axle as is. Actually, where's my other 2-ton? I'm gonna put this jack stand underneath the leaf spring pack. See if that'll hold the axle up properly. Alright, let's try this out. That actually worked better than I hoped. The axle is now sitting on the U-bolt frame, which is not where I need it, but I can now move the jack a little bit and get it to, or get the other jack stand a little closer to the edge of the axle, so that way it's not sitting so close to the dick pumpkin. Alright. Let's go for this again. Alright. And a little bit higher again. Alright, now I can see the top of it. Let's... Alright. And let's get this up as close to the outside as possible. Alright, I think that'll set. Alright, let's see. Alright. That worked perfectly. Ish. Jack didn't quite release the way I was like. Alright. That is one side of the truck on jack stands. Alright, well, time for some crappy news. I got looking in here and discovered some pretty serious frame rot. I don't know how well you can see, but it is everywhere on this back end that I can see, and can't really see up into the front end, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do now, but the way things are looking, I think it's very probable that this is outside of what I can handle as a very amateur mechanic. I don't know, I'm going to have to talk it over with my wife and a couple friends, but I think I'm going to figure out where I'm going to go next before I start trying to do things like installing this lift, because the way things are looking, I don't know if it's going to be worth the time, effort, and money that's going to be involved for me to try and fix it, which is really unfortunate because I love this truck. I love the 60 series, and I put a lot of work and effort into it, but the fact of the matter is I'm wanting it as a wheeling rig, not just as a drive around town rig, and if it doesn't have a structurally solid frame, I can't use it as that. So basically, if it's not going to be usable for what I got it for, then there's not a whole lot I can do. Yeah, so we're gonna have to make a determination as to what I'm going to do. What I would really like is to have a 60 series, but unfortunately most of those are pretty well outside of my price range. Maybe I could find a cheap 60 series that has a good frame on it, maybe no body or transmission, or no engine or transmission, because the mechanical aspects of this truck are in good shape. But the frame is pretty trashed, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything with it. But yeah, so I'm pretty bummed out on that. I've already put a pretty decent amount of money into the parts, so the lift kit, the front bumper, big old tires, things like that, and the fact that I'm not going to be able to use any of them by the looks of it is kind of a gut punch. I'm gonna see where we can go from here, but for now it's not looking, their prospects aren't looking too great for the rolling turd. So I will update as soon as we make a determination on what we're gonna do. But like I say, I'm pretty bummed out on this. So I guess that's it for this one.